Imagine this: state-of-the-art terminals, cutting-edge technology, and a redesign that will fundamentally alter how people travel throughout Europe. We're going deep into the center of innovation, seeing directly how an airport has changed through the years like never before. This is Luxury Prima. This is a $4 billion makeover to one of the busiest airports in Europe. Frankfurt International Airport, which is situated in Germany, is presently undertaking a significant expansion to handle the growing volume of travelers. It's one of the biggest construction projects on the continent, involving over 800 companies in the development of a brand new terminal. Of course, a project this large comes with many difficult problems. Why, for instance, did they require skilled industrial divers to construct an airport? We learn about their precise blueprints, the status of the work, and the anticipated opening date of the new terminal today. Frankfurt is a contemporary metropolis, well known for being Germany's financial hub. The city also functions as a significant international center because it is home to the biggest airport in the nation. Situated to the southwest of the city center, this airport boasts of being the busiest and most connected in the world, with flights to 330 locations. It takes up an area about half the size of Manhattan, with 4 runways and 2 main passenger terminals. Let's discuss the purpose of its building before delving deeply into its amazing construction. This $4 billion makeover has roots dating back to the previous century. The airport needed to be expanded repeatedly in order to attain the necessary capacity as its popularity grew. Up to 54 million passengers could pass through the 2 terminals annually back then. However, it was already apparent in the 1990s that would not be sufficient at some point in the future. This led to the notion of an extension in the shape of a brand new, enormous terminal. This would bring a capacity of 25 million passengers annually at maximum expansion. It was to be constructed in the airport's southern section, taking the place of an American base that was scheduled to close in 2005. An architectural competition was held shortly after the local government granted approval, and the winning entry was described as a modern design with feel-good ambiance. Following years of drawn-out legal proceedings and planning, the concept of Terminal 3 was finally realized in 2015 when construction got underway. It was to be constructed in 3 stages. The project's primary bulk would be constructed during the first phase. It would include building the main terminal hall, the H&J piers, a new apron tower, and all the port's surrounding infrastructure. The second and third phases, which would include building piers G and K respectively, would essentially be extensions of the first phase and would be constructed contingent upon visitor demand following the terminal's anticipated opening in 2026. What will the finished terminal look like, and how will a visit feel like? There will be 2 primary entrances to the new terminal for visitors. The first is via car, which pulls up to the drive-in platform right in front of the departure hall gates. It is 11 meters high and measures 0.5 kilometers in length. An 8-story parking garage with a capacity of 8,500 automobiles will also be constructed to accommodate the thousands of cars. The Skyline, an autonomous double-track system, is the alternative means of transportation to Terminal 3. In approximately 8 minutes, it will link the new train station at the airport with Terminal 1, allowing visitors to get there solely by public transportation. The main terminal hall is the next stop on the visitor's itinerary after arriving at the terminal. There will be 2 stories and a large hallway in the first zone. The bottom level will be an arrival hall, and the upper floor will function as a departure hall that is directly accessible from the drive-in platform. The third zone, a modern marketplace and lounge, will be easily accessible from the second zone, which will serve as the security check area. According to the interior's chosen architectural style of relaxing ambiance, people's experiences as they wait for their flights will be enhanced. This will be made possible in particular by a wavy, reflective steel ceiling that uses daylight to produce a special shifting effect. What is the project's current state state of completion. With the commencement of building in 2015, the project has advanced significantly. But in 2018, the yearly passenger count had already begun to rise more quickly than anticipated. The initial concept had to be modified as it became evident that the airport would soon be operating at capacity. Pier G Construction took precedence over the main terminal building's development. Its ability to operate independently would enable it to support the rest of the airport immediately, adding almost 4 million extra passengers to its capacity. Pier G, the primary center of development, began to take shape very soon. The haste and schedule adjustments were, however, quickly rendered superfluous when COVID struck aviation early 2020 and passenger numbers plummeted by more than 70%. However, with a new plan in place, development resumed even if the urgency had vanished. Because of this, Pier G was finished in April 2022 and preparations for its modular expansion's excavation had been made. There are other areas of the project that have advanced significantly as well, besides Pier G. Additionally, the terminal's surrounding infrastructure is gradually coming together. Along with the entry and departure ramp, 10 kilometers of new roadways have already been installed. Additionally, the drive-in platform in front of the terminal is almost finished. For the sake of the construction workers, even the parking garage is standing tall and partially open. Turning our attention to the skyline, its track has already passed its maiden test ride and is operational. Then there is the main terminal building, which already seems like a finished construction from the outside, thanks to its exterior being completed. And lastly, the 70-meter-tall apron tower, which is connected with Pier H, already controls the terminal. The building team had to overcome some difficult obstacles in order to make this much progress. An unusual issue arose for the workers during the excavation of the main terminal building's subterranean portions. They reached a point where the soil was completely saturated with water as they continued to dig. Water subsequently flooded the area as a result, creating a small lake. The crew had to pour concrete into the pit's bottom before pumping out the water and using it for another purpose in order to stop additional flooding. This required industrial divers with specialized training and carefully designed suits. Their job was to submerge themselves and keep an eye on the concrete's curing process. Developing the drive-in platform presented additional difficulties, such as employing machinery weighing as much as 155 tons to achieve centimeter accuracy. In addition, 90 kilometers of pipe systems were incorporated into the terminal structure. However, in spite of all of these difficulties, the building process has been extremely easy and progress has been made on schedule, an extremely remarkable accomplishment for a project of size. When Terminal 3 opens in 2026, it will significantly alter the airport and its environs, while more traffic is anticipated as a result of the annual 19 million visitor capacity expansion. Wait times are still anticipated to drop. Additionally, it will create thousands of new job possibilities, increasing the airport's current workforce of approximately 81,000 workers. We're interested to watch how passenger numbers expand in the upcoming years. But if the first half of 2023 is any guide, the airport has already witnessed an almost 30% increase in comparison to the same period the previous year. Regarding the new terminal, what are your thoughts? Is the feel-good atmosphere it aims to create something you like? Tell us in the comments section below. Watch our videos on the latest mega projects to see more examples of similar projects. We appreciate your time, and we will see you in the next video.